Hello everyone. Thanks for joining our channel today. We had a little vote last week as to whether or not we wanted to bring back the DF readings. And a lot of people responded, more than I expected. So I am going to bring back the DF readings, and we're going to do that tomorrow. Okay, so we'll start doing some DF readings because I think they're extraordinarily helpful. Sometimes in the past, they haven't gotten the responses that I would like, but you know what? I think I'm just going to throw them in there anyway, even if they don't get the responses, because for those of you that love the DF readings and find the value in them, I want you to have that, because I think that the value that comes from the DF readings for you and your journey with your Divine Masculine are even more valuable than looking and peering into their life. That's my feelings on it. I mean, I always include some of that in the DM readings anyway, but this journey is so about going within and recognizing that this is your journey, that it's happening to you, that it's going on inside of you, and that what's happening outside of you is only a reflection of what's really going on inside of you. It's critical to know and understand that. It is the purpose behind the Twin Flame journey, which is why these tarot readings, especially the ones around about the Divine Masculine, can sometimes point you in the wrong direction. I mean, I'm a reader, right? I do these DM readings because I know that people find value in them, and I always try to teach through them. However, keeping your energy focused on your DM is like really missing the mark, right? This is about you and your experience, looking at your own shadows, kind of going through the ascension process on your own, knowing thyself. This is your awakening, and it's an incredible gift, you guys. It really, really is. But if we stay focused on outside things, then we're doing things as we always have, and we're missing the point of the journey, which is to go within, because that's where the greatest gifts are. That's what the Twin Flame journey is pointing you toward this entire time anyway. That's the whole reason that they run. Okay, that's the reason your Divine Masculine runs from you, because you are not meant to be seeking for love and validation outside of the self. That doesn't mean we don't love others and we can't have very satisfying and beautiful, wonderful, passionate, romantic relationships. It doesn't mean that. It's actually that we go about things backwards until we really know how to love ourselves, hold ourselves in high esteem, and stop looking for things outside of ourselves. We can't really have a conscious relationship anyway. Otherwise, we're in like a transactional relationship that is about extracting from each other what we feel we don't have on our own, which is lack mentality. And that's not good for any true loving relationship. They'll always end up in karmic circles when we go about things from that perspective. And the Twin Flame journey is meant to make you up, or wake you up from all of that, to break you from these karmic cycles of needing to figure things out from an external world. This is your ascension, sweetheart, and you are moving up the ladder, the stairway to heaven. That key within you is opening you to the mysteries of life and the purpose of all of it while you're here. This is a big deal from a Twin Flame perspective, okay? All right, guys, let's get into this reading here. Get you your numerology number today. Oh, shoot, it landed on the ground, and we have 6 and 1, or 7, 61, or 16. So those are your numbers for today. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the moon in reverse. So with the moon in reverse energy kind of being the overall for this reading, there is clarity, truth being revealed, and intuition being awakened for your divine masculine and for you, divine feminine. Okay. So, you could be seeing a lot of synchronicities. Your divine masculine might be starting to notice certain synchronicities. They may be experiencing them and learning from them, even if they're not actually like connecting the dots and they're not quite aware of it yet. Dreams may have messages. Daydreaming may even be holding certain types of messages about what's going on in the psyche and in the subconscious. So that is the overall for the reading today. In recent past, your divine masculine has been feeling a lot of the energy of Knight of Cups. So they are at a place in their life where true connection is important. Whether they feel that they've experienced this or not is going to depend on the divine masculine that you're dealing with. They may be hung up on an old relationship. They might be reminiscing or ruminating about something that happened in the past that they wish that they could resolve and fix. They may have never really experienced a true connection, but have a deep longing for one at this stage. Just because we are in relationships does not mean we are connected. Okay, that is why the twin flame journey happens, is true connection happens from within, not without. Which is why we can get into relationships and think, oh, I'm going to have like this wonderful, experience, and I'm finally going to have this and I'm finally going to have that. And then we fall into disappointment because that's not where it truly comes from. So there is a deep longing within your divine masculine, whether they've experienced it or not, for a true connected experience and relationship in life. In recent past, in their karmic situation, we have King of Swords and the Hierophant. So these are two powerful cards here. There is a sense that your divine masculine has been attracted to people that kind of, what's the energy behind this, that kind of are the leader in the relationship. Maybe your divine masculine is a bit more of a follower, but it could also be the reverse. It could be that your divine masculine very much is the leader and is more in need of the type of personality that can be more of in like a supportive role. So it could go one way or the other. Your divine masculine might be the leader, or your divine masculine might be the supporter or the follower in the relationship with their karmic person, or just all karmic relationships in general. It's a mindset that we're looking at here, okay? Not necessarily the relationships that they're in themselves, but their mindset toward the relationship. So that kind of coupled along with the energy of the Hierophant, we're looking at traditional perspectives, feeling a need to be in alignment with values that have been conditioned into what they believe is right or wrong. So these two energies combined mean that they're kind of a little bit maybe closed off, or they think they've already got it all figured out, I think, at this point. And this is recent past, remember. So this energy of recent past doesn't mean that it's as dominant in the current situation that they're in, but this is where they're coming from, okay? And that energy is most definitely going to bleed into the current situation. So it's still going to be there somewhat. But if you look back at your divine masculine, kind of how they've acted and behaved, maybe the things that they've shared with you along the way, and you kind of apply what I'm saying, it might give you a bit of insider perspective into kind of why they seem so stubbornly planted where they're at. And again, they could be a leader in that situation or a follower. But regardless of how it's manifesting, they feel kind of dead set that this is the way that it should be. These are deeply ingrained patterns and programming that are presenting themselves in their karmic life. Now, toward you, Divine Feminine, we have Three of Swords in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. So with Three of Swords in reverse, there is a feeling of like, whew, I can breathe and relax around this person. I can be myself around this person. The relationship between you and your Divine Masculine was one of them feeling at ease and at peace, kind of like they could forget everything. And I think it sort of pushed them out of this box that they felt stuck in. The boundaries were pressed, but not in one of those like, oh, I'm pushing, you know, sometimes we can feel pressed out of our boundaries in a way where we feel really anxious and nervous and stressed out, like, oh my gosh, this is scary territory. But sometimes we can be pushed out of our boundaries, and the energy that's doing that, that's kind of surrounding us in that way, is making it so that it's very peaceful and easy for us. And we're like, whoa, I've never experienced things from this perspective. It's mind opening. It's like giving us new experiences and perspectives and expectations that we didn't even realize were available to us. And it's a kind of a healing thing to go through when you feel it from that perspective. Now, there's been a acknowledgement of a feeling of loneliness from your Divine Masculine through the relationship with you. And that can happen for a lot of reasons. It could be that because you kind of exposed them to things outside of their current paradigm or reality, you've also enlightened them to some of the feelings that are brewing underneath the surface that have to do with having isolated themselves to one perspective and not really feeling like they've had the kind of connection in life that they wanted to. And that can sometimes leave us with a feeling of loneliness and having to confront the like patterns and the programming and the like repetitive things that have brought us to where we're at. They are acknowledging that they have felt very stuck from a mental perspective and also in like a circumstantial way. If you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate your support on our channel. We are trying to reach as many people as we can. We know how difficult this journey is, and we want to give you the tools, the knowledge, the resources, and the support to get through it. This is your journey, and you have no master. We are not here to be anything more than a support system of fellow travelers who've experienced this journey at varying stages and want to just give back what we've been graciously given along the way by many others that came before us. So we're giving back as we can. So if you will support us in that, we would very much appreciate that. We have one-on-ones if you're looking for one-on-one advice. We also have group calls. The group calls are phenomenal. Every group call, we get constant feedback that each one, I mean, because we just touch on so many subjects and we go deep, you guys, really, really deep into the journey. We go deep into the twin flame journey and deep into the spiritual journey. And all of our calls are phenomenal. We kind of just sync up and it's indescribable. So if you're interested in that, we have those available as well. You get to get into the Facebook group and the group call membership. It's a very low price and you get a lot of bang for your buck with that. Also, we do have personal tarot readings. If you are interested in getting a personal tarot reading, you like our tarot readings and you want to get one personally, we have several options for that as well. All of that information is in the description box below. You can also visit our website, theconduits.com or the-conduits.com. We would love the opportunity to meet with you and work with you. All right, current situation, we have 10 of Pentacles. So remember, it's a bleeding of past, present, and future. The only moment that we have is the moment of now. Past and present exist within that moment. You know, that's a paradox that is hard to understand, but over time, you will come to know this to be true. And your creative moment is now. So we're going to look at the present moment. 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so there is a strong need to have security for your divine masculine. A big part of why they've been living their life the way that they've been living it is for that security. But sometimes what we do to obtain security is the very thing that makes us feel insecure. And your divine masculine is having to face some of these truths because of the opposition to what they've always believed to be true that came in and kind of shook that foundation for them. It's bringing them a new perspective that maybe some of what they've been doing isn't actually working for them. In the karmic situation, we have Queen of Cups and Seven of Cups. So the type of relationship that they want is becoming very, very clear to them. They're starting to see how certain things in their karmic life have been highlighting what it is that they truly want. Now, this can happen from both sides of the coin. Oftentimes, to know what we do want, we have to experience a lot of what we don't want. And their karmic situation has given them both. Karmic situations come in many, many forms. They come in romantic relationships, family relationships, working relationships, and child-parent relationships. And they teach us so much about ourselves. And it's a refining process. It really, really is. You have met your twin flame and you are now on the alchemist's journey. Whether you knew what that was or not, whether you've been aware of it or not, it's been going on for you. And it is also happening for your divine masculine. Now, their experience of it, their understanding of it, their expression of it is not going to look like yours. It's going to be different, but that's okay. That's the way it's meant to be. And the earlier we can acknowledge and trust the soul's way of bringing that about in the two separate journeys, the sooner we can understand the unity of what that actually brings into our lives. So there is a letting go that needs to take place. You're kind of letting go of the whole divine masculine sort of twin flame thing, while yet at the same time surrendering and acknowledging it. And your divine masculine is kind of going through that at a karmic level in a different way. And that's okay. Allow that to take place and happen. That's my advice to you, divine feminine. But for them, they're really experiencing that duality and the reconciliation of those opposites. And it's being brought to them through several different types of karmic situations in their life. Toward you, currently, divine feminine, we have 10 of Swords in reverse and 2 of Swords. So there's a fresh start, again, a feeling of like a fresh start with you. When I say a fresh start with you, I want to clarify something. You bring that into your divine masculine's life, but the expectation of how that's going to manifest needs to be let go of. Because we can hear these words sometimes and we can attach all kinds of expectations, perceptions, intentions onto these words. What I mean by what I say may be very different than the way you interpret it. And that's okay. That's how tarot readings work, which is why one tarot reading can manifest differently in 1,000 different journeys. Because it's your perception that is reading these cards. It is your perception that is attaching meaning to the words that are coming out of my mouth. So take a hard look at that, okay? And don't assume anything. Let it reveal itself to you. If the question is embedded within you, Source will bring you the answers, okay? So there is a new, fresh start. Now, this has happened for both of you. Coming together, going through the dark night of the soul, experiencing ego death is a rebirth in both of your lives. And so there is a deep knowing in your divine masculine that they are never going to be the same as a result of the experiences that they've had with you and the encounter that they've had with you. They know this, and they do not deny it. They don't understand it, but they don't deny it. It brings a lot of emotions, positive and negative, up from, that bubbling under the surface, but they don't deny it. They know it at this point. And so there's decisions that are going to be made and a feeling of, I need to resolve some inner conflict because I'm not able to really show up for anyone if I can't show up for myself. And they know what they've done. They know where their regrets are. They know what their wishes and desires are. But they're learning what the contradictions within themselves are so that they can resolve those issues. And they know that it's 100% something that was ignited from the moment that they met you. And they're just experiencing the unfoldment of it, just like you are, Divine Feminine. King of Pentacles, we're looking at the future now, okay? Potential future of current energies. Now, our creative moment is in the now. Future's not set. We are a mixture of destiny and free will. I don't control the cards that are dealt to me, but I absolutely control how I play them. And your Divine Masculine is learning to play their cards, and so are you, Divine Feminine. And there is a powerful acknowledgement in that knowing. And it is going to bring the best attributes out in both of you because it's a learning process. It's a combination of experience and knowledge, which creates wisdom. The karmic situation, we've got the Hanged Man and Three of Cups in reverse. So when you're looking at the energy of the Hanged Man, there is like different perspectives that are suddenly being illuminated or highlighted. It's kind of like a coming of full circle of this. And your Divine Masculine is not seeing things the same way that they did before. A transformation has been taking place, slowly but surely, within your Divine Masculine, that is giving them a new filter. And the feeling of not being supported in their current situation is showing itself with a lot more clarity. And a feeling of, I'm not able to find what I'm looking for outside of myself. I need to finally step up and be that change that I want to see in my life. Now is the time. Is starting to really resonate with your divine masculine. Now is the moment. Now is the time. Wisdom and self-sacrifice have gotten me to where I'm at. And now it's time to reap the rewards of the knowledge and experience that I have gained that has given me that wisdom. But action needs to be there. Steps need to be taken toward these new desired outcomes. And your divine masculine is seeing this with a lot of clarity. And in part, it is due to the experiences that they've had in their karmic lives. That's just as important, honestly, as our twin flame relationship, right? It's our karmic relationship that teaches us so much. It's doing that for you too, divine feminine. So we can't resent the karma that's going on in your divine masculine's life, just like we can't resent it in our own. It's there as a teacher. It's there to show us what we don't see. It's there to highlight through experience our blind spots. That's the soul's journey that you guys are on. All right. Toward you, we have King of Wands and Two of Cups in reverse. So there is a courage to approach you, a courage to let their guard down, a courage to be vulnerable because of the level of comfort that they feel when they are around you and with you. They have felt like there has been a separation between the two of you, that although they see it as necessary because of their 3D perspective, 3D meaning just the everyday humdrum grind of life that they've known to be true. If they've been married, if they've got, travel issues of the distance between the two of you, they see those as the reasons why separation has been an inevitable issue with you and them. But they're also seeing that maybe there's more options available. Maybe there's reasons behind it that are for a higher purpose, that they know that they need to be respectful of. You may have certain things in your life, like a marriage or a relationship that you've been contending with, that has kept your divine masculine an arm's length away. But whatever these things are that have happened in your life, your divine masculine isn't seeing them through a place of resentment. They're seeing it through a place of love and vulnerability toward a surrendering of and accepting and a respect, a deep, deep, profound respect for the connection between the two of you and the places that you guys are at in your life. And they're seeing how it's transformed them and their life. And there's a gratitude, a deep, deep and profound gratitude toward your connection. And these are, again, all happening on a mental, physical, and spiritual level for your divine masculine. That Holy Trinity is there for your divine masculine. They're seeing that. This is an incredible journey that you and your divine masculine have been on. It's really quite beautiful, this reading, honestly. I'm really pleased with the message for you guys today. So I'm going to grab a oracle card from my Living with a Feather Heart deck. It's my Amenti Oracle. This is one of my favorites, you guys. It has a lot of Hermetic philosophy embedded in the messages. And that is old and ancient wisdom passed on through time by souls, ancestors, in our family timelines down to us. It transcends the physical. So that's why that's one of my favorite decks here. So we're really gonna shuffle this one and see which card Source means for you today. All right. Here's the card. We just ended. How funny is this, you guys? We just ended on the gratitude that your divine masculine is feeling. And the card that we pull up is I benefit with gratitude. Coincidence? I don't think so. All right, one sec. Let me find this in the deck or in the book here and we will read it. All right. A grateful heart is able to navigate the waters of life afloat with lightness of being, living in the present and feeling graciousness for every moment throughout the journey of life can be a challenge. But staying grateful through all the contrast of living is what cultivates the spiritually adept navigator. Remembering the preciousness of time and understanding that there is a pattern, a geometry of the soul, even within perceived chaos, are the way to find order within the permanent impermanence of each experience. Nothing lasts, but nothing is ever lost. Seek the lesson and you will find yourself. We can allow time to weigh us down, to be a burden on our heart and mind, and ourselves to be the victims of what we've been presented with. Or we can seek the present, which is the gift of our story. If we allow, I giggled, sorry, because that's what we were talking about right here. If we allow time to be the author of our great epic and breathe through the ebb in life's tide, we can live in gratitude even during stormy waters. Be the peace at the center of the storm. That's what I always say. The seed cannot sprout upward without simultaneously sending roots into the ground. That is an Egyptian proverb. Gratitude is a gravity which can ground us. But when we carry a heavy heart, we become anchored in a vicious cycle of wondering about the future and worrying about the past. Let go and look up. Find the bliss in being here by staying rooted in the grounding of gratitude. Holding on to a heavy heart will only drag your spirit down into an ocean of regret. Anything can change within an instant. Everything is constantly in flux and nothing is guaranteed. When life is taken for granted, we live in a place of entitlement, and acting from this space is emitting an attitude that is less than ideal. Not one of us is entitled to anything. Not one of us is above the universal fabric of connectivity and consciousness. We are each but a single jewel in an infinite cosmic sea of gems. Not one shines brighter than the other. All is beautiful, all is perfect, all is divine. When one acts ungrateful, one becomes blind to the values of graciousness and falls victim to the traps that ego loves to set. Do you feel as though you are owed the world but not willing to work for it? Do you highlight your pain instead of shining light on the darkness by keeping a grateful heart? Where is there room for improvement, and how can the 3 simple words, I am grateful, transform the space you are currently living in? Ask yourself why. Ask yourself how. Ask yourself what you will do to rectify this and how you will apply the wisdom of gratitude to the story of your life. It is time to reflect and to project a more grateful mirror to those you are closest to. We can be grateful for everything. A true alchemist knows that both sides of the coin are valuable, negative and positive. The blueprints of life. One isn't more valuable or less valuable than the other. Both of them in unified consciousness create the holy wholeness that we are all seeking. But it's in the recognition that it's the seeking that causes us to think that we've lost it, that brings the wholeness back into our life. Nothing is lost because nothing is owned. We need nothing. And then we recognize that we already have everything. I love you guys. I think this was an amazing card for this reading. I'm so grateful that it came up. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that the message resonated with you. I hope that you see how incredible and beautiful and amazing and wonderful you are, and everything that's happened to you in your life has been for you, to help lift you up and refine you, even in moments of pain. I think this is the same lesson that your divine masculine is learning right now. So, I love you guys. I personally am very, very, very grateful for all of you. So thank you so much for supporting the Conduits. And I will see you tomorrow for your Divine Feminine reading. Take care, everyone. Bye.